Hello and welcome to Mock Productions. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with the pre-release, and this is the first day, or should I say it's midnight, but the first round of our first pre-release. And I am here actually with one of the people, and this person in particular was called Andrew Ward. So I'm not too sure at the moment what he was playing in terms of like what promo he had, but I can tell you I had Crabominable, so I was indeed trying to play that. Obviously I'm on the right there with the TCG mat, and Andrew is on the left there with his pinky purple sleeves there. But yeah, it was really cool. Even at midnight, you know, you would think you're really tired, but you weren't. You really just weren't tired. It was highly interesting indeed. And there we go, splitting our decks there, all ready to go. And obviously it's a 40 card deck, so it's a lot smaller and it does run out very quickly. So yeah, it's very interesting indeed. I was able to record this. We were rock paper scissoring it for some reason, I'm not too sure why, and then it was like, yeah, fine, we'll just do dice because that was normal. So yeah, finding out whether we had any starting, I obviously put mine down, and I've got a bench Pokemon as well, which is pretty sweet. So then obviously we can put our prizes down, which is only 4. Me being stupid, I put 6. And obviously Andrew straight away on the ball there, let me know, you know, it's 4. Sort yourself out, mate. And that's exactly what I did. So we're all ready to go here. Rhydon on my side, and he has a Rattata in his. He's got an Esper on the bench and a possible Seviper there, maybe? Looks Seviper-ish. And I think I've got a Vulpix on my side, so he's nest balling for, obviously, no he's not. He might have just drew a nest ball. No, there's his card, drawing for the turn. Nest ball going down, so of course he can find a basic Pokemon now. Always love a bit of nest ball, comes in very handy indeed. So what's he gonna find? He's obviously looking for Pokemon. Don't think Andrew got a GX. That looks like a Krogunk there. Not a bad card actually, Krogunk. Not bad indeed. Shuffling his deck there. There's not a lot to shuffle. There really isn't. I mean, I'm holding it right now, and there really isn't a lot to hold compared to a 60 card deck. That's 20 cards less than what you're normally with, but it does work. Sometimes it actually works to an advantage because it speeds up the rounds. So he has got 3 on his bench, 1 in his active. Is he going to place any energy down? He does to his Krogunk. Okay, fair enough. So what can we do? What have we got? Sorting out my hand there just to see what is going on, and we've got a fighting energy going on to the Rhydon there, and I can do a little bit of damage seeing as it is my first move. I don't know whether I can. No, it looks as if I've passed over to him. Where's the Rhydon? Just quickly. So that Darkrai. That is a GX, isn't it? It looks like a Darkrai. What is that? I'm pretty sure that is a Darkrai. Oh, Raticate getting involved there on the front. Very cool, actually, Raticate. Very cool indeed. Yeah, the first move for Rhydon is 2 energy. I'm pretty sure that's a Darkrai. Energy mostly getting attached to that Krogunk there. And he's going to attempt to do the 60. No, or is he? He's doing 30. How's he done 30? I'm already confused here. How has he done 30 there with Raticate? One of his moves you have to flip. Let's have a little look here. Where's Raticate here? So I'm trying to do a timer ball there. Do I even have Raticate? I think I do. There it is. 60. Oh, I bet you I've got resistance to dark, maybe. Have I? No, doesn't look like it. Not too sure there. Is that a wiki? I think I just played a wiki there. Not too sure what wiki does. Looks as if you're shuffling into your deck and maybe you draw a certain amount of cards. There it is. Each player counts the cards in their hand, shuffle those cards into the deck, then draw that many cards. Okay, fair enough. So say you got 6, you shuffle 6 in, you get 6 out. Not a bad card. Not a bad card indeed. Both getting a bit confused there about splitting the deck, but once that's done, we can just crack on there. So obviously I've evolved to the Rhyhorn. To power up the Rhyhorn, I think I need either 3 or 4. Or I think there is a move for 2 actually, which is not bad. No, it's 3 and 4. The 3 move is for 80, the 4 is for 120. That is a pretty good card there, that Wishful Baton. I think it's called Wishful Baton. Yeah. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, move 3 basic energy to one of your bench Pokemon. So that's really, really good. Especially if you have 3 energy on it. So that is definitely very, very cool indeed. Ooh, he's wondering whether to throw another Krogunk in. What's he gonna do now? He's drawing. It's very interesting actually, doing the pre-releases, because you're able to meet up with people and they've got different skill sets, but when you're given like a deck and you don't you're not actually able to build it, out of the ones you actually want, you've got to use the cards that are given to you. It's really interesting because people do attempt to make stuff that is really playable, and sometimes it does work. There's a Krogunk going down there, and it sort of pushes you sometimes to the limit, because you can't do like certain cards because there's no point in placing them in to the deck, because you can't power them up with the energy. If you want to focus on maybe 2 different energy things, for example, he's focusing on Dark and Psychic, where I've got a bit of water and some fighting there. So now he's rolled. That was 60 there. So I'm on to 90 now. I think he's normally got 110 health. There's the Rhyperior going down now. We still need to power that one up though. He's having a look at what goes on. So as soon as he's played, you can actually discard the top 3 cards of the deck. So that's not bad, because it can be pretty devastating. You can lose some pretty good cards. Even though it's just 3, it is very devastating. The only thing with Rhyperior is he takes a lot of time to power up, and especially with all of that damage done to him already, and Meowstic getting evolved on the side there. Yeah, it's very, very interesting indeed. Like I said, you've got to try and make a deck with what you're given, and sometimes that can be very difficult. There's a lot more energy, I believe, that goes into these to make up the decks here. But Andrew's getting really lucky here with his dice throws here, with 60s landing on me all the time. So we got a Crabrawler which we could put down. We probably don't. There it is. Not too sure. I can't. No, there's a Raticate in my hand there, but no Crabominable. If you guys have been to a pre-release, let me know in your opinion which out of the 4 different promos do you think is the strongest. Because I personally think maybe Crabominable could be a pretty go-getter one. There you go, the Wishful Baton there going ahead. Of course, I didn't have 3 energy on there, but 1 can get transferred to the that Pokemon there. just talking that through, because I really like that card and I might have to use that because it's pretty good. There is also another trainer which you'll see in videos coming up. It is super awesome. It does some pretty awesome stuff and can save you from a lot of defeats. So we've got two energy on there. We're obviously going for an attack here. Not too sure how much this is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a big amount of attack. 80? Really? 80? 80 for Crabominable. 40. Oh, and of course the darkest weakness is obviously to fighting. So that was double. That's not bad. Not bad indeed. Yep. That's really good. And that's another thing that comes into play. If you're versus someone who has a weakness or vice versa, it can be game changing. It really can. But you can see he's more set up than I am. He's rolled heads, so I'm guessing he can go for another attack. There's 60 going straight on there. That Raticate is very interesting. The Rattata, not so much. The attack is, the health is not. Rattata has 40 health, Raticate has 120. Pretty big step up for a stage 1. That looks like it's a knockout for that Raticate there, so that's pretty good. Looks as if I added an energy to my hand. Alolan Vulpix hasn't seen any play here. We got a Toxicroak coming in now. That is kind of annoying, obviously because it relies on a bit of poison going on there. I swear that is definitely a Darkrai. I'm pretty sure it is. So Toxicroak there. That's going for a knockout there. Wow. Okay, not even like having to look at the numbers there. So this all rides down on this last move here. So I look as if I've attached a weakness policy there, and I can't do anything else. And that is a knockout there. There we go. Look at that. That's not bad. That was pretty quick for the first round. About 12 minutes in total. Looking at the prize cards there, I was looking for that Alolan Ninetales reverse, which we pulled. That's why I had the Vulpix in there. So of course, with the pre-releases as well, even when you do get a GX, you're relying on pulling, say for example, I don't know, you with the Guardians Rising, you wanted to pull a Sylveon, you'd still need to have an Eevee, and in that case you wouldn't be able to get the Eevee, and that's what a lot of people were finding with the cards they were pulling. They couldn't use them. So as we get ready for the second round here, we're shuffling all our cards together. But it was nice to have a chat with Andrew and sort of discuss what's going on, and you sort of always ask, you know, which promo did you get, what did you get, any GXs, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I don't think on the first day I got any GXs. I'm pretty sure on that. I probably got a holo or two, but apart from that, I don't think I got a GX. And a lot of people were getting very lucky. I think I was saying, oh, I wonder if the Darkrai is going to be under that one, and that's why he flipped it over. And it was a dark energy, so I mean that was half the battle there. No, it's not in there. I was looking for that Darkrai, just a little mini game, just to tie it over a little bit. But as I shuffle, that's my way of shuffling right there. You can see it. It's plain and simple, but it does work. I mean, after about 20 or so of them, your deck's pretty much shuffled. And I mean, even if the deck has already been shuffled, a few more of them, and it's sorted. And it's ready to go. So if you find any time, I'm doing it right now actually with the same deck, you just sort of plonk it in, and with these sleeves especially, they just slip and slide all together, and it's just fantastic. So Andrew is also shuffling his deck. Who's going to be first to slap it down and get ready for a split here? Oh, it's me. Ooh, that's Darkrai on the top right there. That's obvious. That's going to go right at the bottom there. About 50 cuts there. And I've actually learned that doing that is actually classed as a shuffle. A split is literally just splitting it in half. I thought you could, you know, go split and split it again and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, pretty interesting. So I've kind of stopped doing that, or I've kind of had to stop myself from doing that because, just in case. So it looks as if I've got a bench Pokemon and, of course, an active, and so does Andrew. Has he got two? He has two. Oh, gosh. Prize cards are down. That was an active. Okay, fair enough. Or a bench, sorry. There's a Kukui in my hand there. I can see that. Second round, here we go. Oh, we got a Zygarde. That's the reverse Zygarde, actually, not the promo. That's the reverse Zygarde, which is normally a holo. And a Rattata on the bench, and a Crabrawler. So that's 3 on 3 here. Now, the only thing with that Zygarde, you really need to get a Dark and a Fairy Energy. And a majority of people, if not all, I think, at the pre-release, if they got a Zygarde, were just putting one Fairy and hoping that it would just jump in. And I think I had it in my hand the last round. So I'm Lilying there for 8, I think. Oh, I tell you what I think I did there. I think he was okay with it. He just mentioned it then. Is I actually shuffled my hand into the deck and then drawed another 8, which obviously you're not supposed to. So I apologise, Andrew. I'm sorry. Oh, there's a card there, Sophocles. Very, very cool indeed, that card. Obviously, if you discard 2, you can draw 4. So that's not a bad card, especially if you don't want... I think I'm getting it prepared here. No, I'm not. I'm just putting a Dark Energy on there. So that's already a Dark Energy. And it just needs that Fairy and another 2. And then it's ready to go with an attack. Timer Ball here, hoping to get an evolution here. Do I get any? Unfortunately not. Would have been nice to possibly have got the Crabominable, or maybe a Raticate there, or a Rhyhorn, Rhyperior maybe. Seviper on the bench there with the Krogunk and Hoot Hoot for Andrew. What else can he pull here? He seems to have a lot of energy in his hand from what I can see. If not all energy. Maybe one trainer. There's a Krogunk with an energy there. Interesting to say that, I think he just used Rattata's free ability, which basically charges him up for next turn, called Focus Energy, and then the Bite move, instead of doing 10, does 60. Of course, if it does survive, which it will, because it's first Zygarde, and I haven't got enough turns to power it up before the next one. You've noticed, though, a lot of people just throw up a starter Pokemon, or at least the active Pokemon, and let it die to allow them to really bulk up the back lot. So that is definitely something I'm definitely going to take away from this. Is, you know, if you can't power it up and get some attacks going with the front one, don't bother. It's there to be sort of like messed around with, and if you can switch it out, then fair enough. Wishful Baton going down there. I seem to have got the Vulpix. I've evolved into a Rhydon. There's a Tormenting Spray coming down there. Now basically what that does is I can pick any random card that my opponent has, and if it's a trainer or a supporter, I think it goes. Obviously it was an energy there. I'm pretty sure. I'll just have a quick look at that now, just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it was a supporter. Escape Row Wiki. Tormenting Spray. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. If it's a supporter, discard it. Okay, what's he just played there? Looks like a Kukui there, so he's going to get that... Oh, wow. So he's going to get that 60 and the 20 on top for that Rattata, which is pretty good. I'm already stacking that up, ready to go. There it is. He's already said it. Another Krogunk on his bench there. So I've started getting that Rhydon ready to go. And we've got that Alolan Ninetales there, which has an ability. I think it's when it's a basic Pokemon. It can't be attacked or something when a basic Pokemon attacks it. I shall have a quick look for you now, guys. It's a good thing I kept the decks all together, because then I can go through it all. It's probably at the end. Here it is. Luminous Barrier. It's gone over to him, by the way. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's... Oh, GX or EX. Okay, so it's okay if he has a GX or EX, such as Darkrai, but he hasn't at the moment, so that's pointless. Another energy getting attached there. Don't know whether that was the best play, because obviously he's taking a lot of damage, and he's probably going to be carrying on doing focus energy there. There's a Kukui going over to the side there from the last turn. Not too sure what that is, because the brightness is... That's another Kukui. Wow, that's... Is it? I think it is. That's 2 Kukuis. Wow. Well, we'll soon know once the attacks roll in. What's he going to do now? He's going to evolve to Eradicate. Okay. If he can put a tool on this, he's going to do 60. Even if it was a weakness policy, because a weakness policy would come in very handy versus this fighting deck. He's putting more stuff on Croagunk. He's getting his backlot ready. Warming up the dice for a throw, and he's going for heads, which I don't think goes through. I think it has to be tails for it to do 60. Or not. Or not indeed. That was a knockout there. Okay, fair enough. Must have been if it hits tails. Flip a coin. If tails has attacked us, nothing. Okay, got that wrong. But like I said, Raticate, very, very dominant in the pre-release. Very, very dominant indeed. Very, very cool. Rhydon going up now with 2 energy attached. Kukui going down for 2 more cards. There's another energy, so we can attack. A Raticate there. We can evolve that Rattata. Another energy there, plus the 20 there, on top of the attack, which is going to be done. It's going to be, that's a knockout there on that Raticate, so that must have been a pretty devastating attack there. Let's have a little look. Rhyperior, no, wrong one. Dun, 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 dun. Right on. 80 plus that would be 100, and the weakness as well, so yeah, that's gone. Hoothoot coming up. I hate Hoothoot. I think it's terrible. The first ability is you get to see their hand. That's why I never pick Hoothoot, especially for this pre-release. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Okay, so there's another energy. Are we going to put that on Rhydon? No, we're going to put it on there. Okay, so we've got the Rhydon. Oh, look at this. We're getting like 50 evolutions here going on. So we're left for that Sophocles, which we can't actually play. Another knockout there for another card. That's not bad. So we're definitely showing our colours here. And with those, I don't think his Psychic are against fighting. There's an Esper going down there. I don't like the artwork on that Esper. I was saying to him about this. I said I really don't like that artwork. It looks terrible. It's so boring and plain, and the Esper itself just looks so depressed. It's ooh. So he's attaching an energy to Esper, and he's passed over the move. Our Zygarde has been knocked out, so that Fairy Energy is now pointless because that's the only one we have in our deck. But that can be used with Sophocles. There's another knockout there. We're doing pretty well. That's 3 knockouts. We just need 1 more, and we're going to be drawing, which is pretty good. Oh, okay, Meowstic is now up. He's got 1 energy on that now at the moment. What can Meowstic do? Let's have a little look. If anything, it's got 1 energy on it. There's a second energy. What can it do now? It's going to do 40 damage. Okay, fair enough. Another energy going on there for the 40. That's a knockout there. Wow. What a turnaround there. That was crazy. So he didn't get his Darkrai GX out. This is what I'm on about. You've only got that 1 GX, and that is it. You're relying on mostly those basic and sort of, I'm not going to say pathetic, because they're not pathetic. Some of them are actually really decent. The Raticate, for example, is an absolute lifesaver sometimes. But there you go. That's 1-1. So that we're doing pretty well. Quite happy with this at the moment. The deck is decent. It does the job, and so does Andrew's as well. You know, most of the decks here, they can be decent if they get the right. You get the right cards. You get the right time. You can set up a really good bench and active, and you're sorted and you're ready to go. So as we shuffle up here, we are getting sorted and ready to go for this next round in the pre-release, the 3rd and final round, to decide who will win. Andrew down first, and then I am, and then we can split this. Am I just going to go for the old 1 split? No, hold the phone here. Andrew's done the same thing there. Okay, so I don't feel as bad, but reading up on some of the rules definitely does say if you do several splits, it counts as a shuffle. Whether that rule has changed, I'm not too sure. So we have active, he has an active, I don't have anything else. He does though. Has he got a Darkrai to start off with? It doesn't look as if he does. It might be a Seviper there. Was that a Seviper? That's his prizes going down there. And here we go. Darkrai is on the bench. Okay, so this is already pretty bad. So we have that Rattata, which can be pretty good, especially if we can just focus energy on our first turn. That might be a Kukui, could be a Lily though, because he seemed to draw quite a few cards there. So he's got a Nest Ball. He could be looking to use... Yeah, there you go. Nest Ball down. Called that. What's he going to get? He's going to get a Croagunk out. Very, very cool indeed. A lot of basic Pokemon, so you can really have a good jump at which one you're going to get in particular. And if he had Darkrai in his pack of cards, then he can just grab that out straight away and start powering that up. But he's got that Survivor on the bench. At least I'm pretty sure that is a Survivor. It looks like one. Yeah. What's he going to put the energy on? Survivor gets the energy there. Now it's got an ability where I think it does like an additional poison. So if a Pokemon is poisoned, which I think is its second move, it doesn't just get one, it gets two. So, you know, it's not bad. It goes up in twos. But what can we do on our first move here? Can we find any other basic Pokemon? Have we got a Nest Ball? Have we got maybe a Kukui, a Lily, something? Something to start us off pretty good. We have a Dark Energy going on there, so we could use the Focus Energy on the Rattata. Going down with a Tormenting Spray here. That card, let's just put it out there, it's useless, okay? There are 6 cards there. I have to pick one and hope that it's a supporter card. It's a bit of a waste in a deck if I'm brutally honest. But if it was a gold card, I definitely get it because it's a graffiti can and it looks awesome. Sophocles going down here, so I'm obviously going to discard 2. That being a Rhydon and another one which I can't see. Oh, that's a Wiki, I think. So they've both gone and I can pick up 4 here. Wishful Baton coming down. A Rhyperior being pulled and another Rattata. Are we going to get that Wishful Baton on the Rattata or not? Might be ideal to do that just in case. Yeah, it looks as if... Yeah, there we go. Wishful Baton going on there. So any of the energy on that Rattata will then get placed on whichever Pokemon I want it to go on. Esper going down. Evolve to a Toxicroak. And that is, I think it's a Potown, or how I would love to see it being spelled Pootown, because it's like one letter off. But Potown there, if anyone evolves, it automatically gets 3 damage counters on it. I'm pretty sure on that. That's pretty cool. I was just having a little look at that. It's not a bad card actually. I mean, if you can get that trainer down, you're pretty sorted. Dark Energy going on that Darkrai there. Having a little talk about that. I think I might have been saying about, oh look, it's Pootown or something like that. But did he just place down 2 energies? I don't think he did. I could be wrong though. Could be wrong. There's an energy going down on the Rattata. And there's 60 there. We did our focus energy last round, and now we've done that other ability. We can't focus energy until the next round. The Survivor needs another 2 energies on it before it can actually do something. There's no double colorlesses in this, so that's out of the question. Another energy going on to that Toxicroak there, being a Dark. I can't place down any useful energy at the moment. I think I've probably just used focus energy just to tie me over until the next round. If he evolves to Meowstic, then he's going to put 3, yeah. So he's using Potown. Fair enough. That is fair enough. And another Darkness on there, which he's going to retreat to Toxicroak. Okay, fair enough. And he's got 2 on there, so he's going to do 30 damage, is it? Yeah, and I'm also poisoned. And the ability there is coming into play from the Survivor, which puts 2 additional. So instead of it being me going up to 4, I go up to 5, which is exactly what's going on. So every single turn... And he's dead. Okay, fair enough. That is fair enough. So he's dead, and obviously with that Wishful Baton, that gives me the energy on the other Rattata, which comes up straight away. Fantastic, we pulled the Raticate there. If we could just find a tool to place on, we can still do 60. Can we do so? Firstly, we're going to have to evolve to Raticate. Now, I believe at this point, the round was actually coming to an end. We'd actually gone over like the half-an-hour slot. So we literally have 3 moves. So I just started mine. So it would be Andrew's, mine, Andrew's. And if by then, if none of us had won, it'd be a draw. So we had to finish off. So no matter the prizes, which would make sense, but no matter the prizes, it would still be a draw. So what is going to happen here? Raticate going down to evolve. And of course Potan gives me then that 3. Nothing else that we can actually do here. I'm rolling, I think, to try and get some damage done. And I think we just got 60, so that's not bad. It's not poisoned just yet. Obviously, I think if Toxicroak does attack us, I think we're going to get poisoned, but just going to have to wait and see here. Darkrai has not seen actually any play from Andrew at all. He's been there in the background, but he hasn't done anything. So, what will happen here? He's checking out his Toxicroak, seeing what can go on. Just talking about all the different Pokemon here, I think, and the abilities and everything. Is that a Raticate in his hand? Possibly. There's a Psychic Energy in his hand there, which he's attaching to Toxicroak. And is he going to go for a move? I think he is. So that's another 30, and I'm poisoned, and that's an additional 2, so fair enough. Now Raticate does have 120 health. I think that's the Crabominable in my hand on the very edge, and then there's a Rhyperior there. Timer Ball. Not that it's very useful at this moment in time, but can we get anything? We got 1. There's really not a lot we can get here. I've got to try and survive until the next round. There is an Alolan Ninetales coming out. Nothing on my bench here. Bearing in mind, after his turn next round, if I'm not down, that's it. We drew. Or we draw. That's 2. So that's a knockout there, fair enough. So now I'm down to 2, he's down to 3, I think. No, actually I think I'm down to 4. Poison going on there. So I only need 20 more. I only need that 20 more. Which one's he going to put into position? I don't think he can attack, but that Raticate... Okay. I think we called it a draw. I'm pretty sure we called it a draw there. So with that, a massive thank you to Andrew for that. Big, huge, massive thanks to Andrew. That was really, really cool, really awesome, really enjoyed it. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow for more of this. Apart from that, I will see you tomorrow for more of the same.